Hi, it's Charlie giving you Friday's live trading, and I hope you're very well. I am currently looking at the pound dollar this morning. It is what 20 to 8. It's having a nice move down. I think a lot of these currency pairs having good moves down. But cable, I've got some downside, some downside targets, which I can see the potential of. So I'm just looking to see if if it's going to let me in, because at the moment, obviously, it's become straight down. I've just just been up and running for the last 10 minutes, just having a look at these charts. So I need to see a little bit of a retracement, hopefully, and therefore let me in. I don't know if it's going to, but that's what I'm looking for. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back. I'm looking to put an edger position in, but I'm going to be putting in a few positions here this morning. So with a stop right up here, and so I'm just going to start edging in, and hopefully this is not just some sort of early morning push to crush down. I need to do a complete reversal. So I'm getting enough of a bounce here. So let me just have a quick look again at the hourly chart. Okay, let's quickly get it in then. Let's get 1 unit in. Okay, short 1 unit at 0.08 here on cable. I just wanted to double check my charts, but overall looks okay. I think we've got the potential for some chop here, and I'll be using that chop to build my positions. I think it could come up a bit, hence why I'm putting my stop nice and wide up the top here, because I want to give it that chance to play around and then still see if it's going to break. Because basically what I'm looking at, if I come out to the hourly charts, as we can see here on the pound, it's come back down to this lower part of the range, but it's still got more lows to try and penetrate here yet. So I'm looking this morning or today to see if this cable can go for a break. The 4-hour chart, if I bring that one up, what I'm looking at as an overall target is this 4-hour 200, which is just down off screen there, that yellow line. So that's what I'm looking for overall. So it's just a case of a waiting game, I suspect. So I don't expect this to be coming down straight away, but I wanted to have a unit in just in case, because sometimes the markets do what you're not necessarily expecting. So there we go. So I've got 1 unit in so far, and I'm looking to get more in if we get more of a bounce. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, so cable's come off a little bit, but I'm only in for that one lot at the moment, and I want to build this position. There's an 8 AM pivot coming in at 144.14, where I will put the next level entry in, if I can get that entry. I'm having to be sparing with my entries, because there's plenty of space up here where it could want to retrace, and so if I go in all in down here, then I can't then do anything. I'm out of ammo, so to speak. So I have to respect risk management, of course. Now, if it doesn't retrace and it just comes down and breaks, then that target is down at 65. It'll still be a 40 pip move. It's about 65 anyway when I last looked at it. It'll still be a 40 pip move, but it would be nice to be in with more units. So we shall see whether this pound is going to allow me some more entries yet. I'll press pause for now. Okay, back, and we can see that obviously cable has been down, but I've not done anything with it because the target is still lower down. I'm hoping we've just come up to the 5-minute 20, and I was tempted to put another unit in here, but we've still just got the 8 AM pivot just a little bit above, up at 14, and I want to see if we can get up there. We're putting in some reversal candles on some of the time frames, so I'm going to just be patient and see if we can get up to that 14 level, and that'll be where I'll get that second unit in. I'll press pause for now. Okay, just back, and what I'm going to do is, we've got an 8 AM pivot just here at 144.14. It's got very close to it, it's flirted with it, but it's not quite got there. I'm actually going to put a limit ordering, so just speaking to the guys in the room here, and I've just got to step away for a few minutes, and so rather than miss out, then just put the order in. I like to do these things live when I'm trading, doing these things, but it's always a bit more interesting. But unfortunately, I'm going to put the order in this time. 144. It's at 114, so I'll put it in at 13, just ahead of that, and then let's get that stop in. I'll just leave it at 40 for now. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Excessive tolerance. Maybe it's... don't know. What's wrong with you? Oh, that's right. 114 I put. I can pay 144 I need to put in at. 144. 13. That might explain it. Alright, get rid of that. Oh. I've got to start it again now. Right, sell limit. 144.13. Oh, it's not letting me play. I have to. Such a pain. I have to just change it all around. Now hopefully it'll work. 144.13. Now I'll put the stop in place. Right, okay, now it's going to let me do it. There we go. Right, completely wrong order, price levels in. Right, okay, so I have now put a limit order in at 144.13, and hopefully it's let's get rid of that margin impact. Hopefully it's going to hit that, and then we'll see what happens after that. Could even go quite a bit higher, so just having to be patient at the moment, and like I said right from the off, building that position. So cable is doing a nice reversal, admittedly, but I still like the pattern. The momentum is geared for the downside. So actually it looks like this goes to 13. That's going to get hit very quickly. Let's have a look. I was about to walk out of the office for a few minutes, but no, it's not doing it at the moment. So at the moment just got the one unit in, but hopefully that second unit will get triggered. Right, I'll be back in a bit. Right, okay, I'm going to put that final third unit in. I'm a bit late to the party. I could have got it in around about 20, but I've just been making my mind up and just thinking, do I want to just put it in? So I've got a third unit in now. I could go 4, but I think 3 is enough. And it does. I was looking and thinking, oh, okay, maybe we'll get a little bit higher into the low 20s, but then I just thought to myself, does it really matter in the grand scheme of things? Not really. So if it's always nice to get the best at better prices, but if it doesn't go up there, then I miss out. If it does, well, does it matter that much? Yeah, it's another 10 pips or something like that I may have got a better position on, a better entry on. But in the grand scheme of things, I can't get too caught up in that. So anyway, so I've just got that third unit in. So my units are all off screen. I've got them all here. The guys in the trading room can see them. So here's my 2 units, and let's just bring up that third unit now. Okay, so there's all my units. So I've got the third units at 14.8. I've just got that one in. There was the first one was in at 08, and that was the second unit in at 13. So I'll move those off screen so that whilst we don't need them, and that's about it at the moment. So let's go back out to the hourly chart. So we've put in this nice bounce, and we could bounce higher yet, but I want to get these units in. I'm comfortable with the trade overall. It's just a case of playing a waiting game, and I think that I've said it all morning, that this could last several hours, but I do like that magnetic 200 on the 4-hour chart down there, and see if this is ultimately going to work for it. If it doesn't and it just comes up and stops me out, oh well, I'll have to just take that one on the chin. But I'd like the potential for this to come down. Yes, it's come down to support. I know that we've come down there, and I could have taken some little bit of profit, but wasn't in with enough of a position down there when we came down the position to really be too bothered about doing that. And I have that overall target, so I'm looking to see if that can break and we can get down to that overall target down there today. So when you're looking at bigger targets, you have to be willing to be patient. Okay, I shall press pause for now. Okay, right, it's about 3 minutes past 1, and we can see that the cable has just been chopping around all morning, really. We're waiting. I think a lot of the markets are waiting on these retail sales. So we're sitting in these positions still, which are all, mostly up, I think. But it's a bit meaningless. I have them up just so that you can see where we are. I'll just take them back off screen for a minute, because what we're going to need to do, because I'm out on a stag day. but I'm not drinking, so I'm on a non-drinking stag day. So I've got to shoot out in about 15 minutes, and so I will get myself sorted out, and I'm just gonna have to put limits or orders in because I'm not gonna be around for this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these orders in, and then shoot out. And this video is not going to be completed until I get back this evening. But I'm not staying out on this stag. I'm literally just going along for a few hours just to show my face, and then leave them to it. So I will be back to get this video completed later today. So let's put these orders in. 143, 43. I'm going to put them all around that upper level. It was about 65 on my eSignal chart, so I put the order in at 69 as a target on one of them, and I'll put 143, 68 on the other one, and the other one 143. We'll put it in at 68 as well, just to make sure. If it gets down there, sometimes it can just get within a couple of pips. So I've put the orders in. The news isn't going to be out for, like I said, 20 minutes or whatever as yet, but 25 minutes yet. But I'm not going to be here, so I shall leave you to it. It's a bit of a weird one. I'll come back to this in several hours' time. Hi, it's Charlie just back, and it is now 9 o'clock in the evening, and I'm just finishing off this recording. As I said earlier on, I was out on a stag do earlier on, a non-drinking stag do, of which maybe I had one or two alcoholic beverages, but it was generally a non-drinking stag do. So let's just see what happened to remind ourselves. I was out, we were, oh crikey, actually, let's leave the zoom there and take this back. So I've been talking about where we were all day. We sat through this all morning. I'm now sitting here, like I said, I've walked back in the door. It's just coming up to 9 o'clock right now. And sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture and take a decision on where the bigger picture is, rather than getting caught up in the 5-minute chart. And what we do is I spend a lot of time showing the 5-minute charts on these video updates, but they only show so much. It's just a part of showing a bit more price action when I'm doing these for the video. But in the main, the picture was there that I was looking for this bigger run down to the 4 hourly 200. Now the news, yes, the news helped bring price down to that level. If you remember, it was a 65, and I put my orders in at 68, 69, whatever it was. But that was the initial push. I can see it went lower, but as you can see, since then I've just got back in. Now it's practically 9 o'clock, and it's come all the way back up, fun enough, to the levels that I was originally looking at. So if we put this back to a 4-hour chart, that's a 10-minute. Put it up to a 4-hour chart. There's that 200. So the whole level that I was looking at, the 200 period moving average, has come into play. Yes, it went a little bit lower, but as we can see, prices subsequently it's pretty much held around that zone. So the level, the target was right. But the main thing, and I remember talking about this with the guys in the trading room this morning, is sometimes you just have to have that patience to follow a trade through, and you can't always just get we could have traded this, and I talked about this morning, so let's just take this back. We could have traded this and taken our profits down here because the original position was right here, if you remember. It was right around about here. We could have banked our profits here, but patience is what paid out, because it meant that I could add more positions. And if we take this back, but it did mean having to sit through it, but sometimes it just means that you gotta just sit on your position. It's a bit like being a swing trader. You have to sit on your position for sometimes days or maybe even weeks at a time before you get paid out. And it's the great Jim Rogers used to say, you gotta just sit on your position rather than just trying to take your profits all the time. So anyway, it all got banked out, as we know. Down here, I was out when the news broke. Yes, the news broke. And people could say, oh, what about, Charlie, if the news had broken the other way? It wasn't like it was a non-farm payrolls day. So I wasn't going to be slipped or anything like that today. So it was just a case of sitting there and waiting for the bigger picture. If it had have gone the wrong way, so be it. I go the wrong way and it doesn't work out. The main part and point of this exercise was to show, look, sometimes if you're seeing something on the 4-hour chart, on the bigger time frame chart, you sit in it, don't get caught up in all the noise which is going on the 5-minute charts, and you just wait to see where it's going to eventually sort itself out and where it's eventually going to end. If it have shot up, so be it, I would have got stopped out. But the main thing was that you stick to your guns. You don't try and micromanage. Sometimes when you try and micromanage, you just get stopped out, and it happens to me. It does. But if I see something on the bigger time frame, you got to sit on it and not try and micromanage it. So it did get down there. Yes, it went a bit lower. It's back up as I see this at almost the market will be shutting soon, but it's back up at 68. So let's have a look at the trades. Here was the original trade. So we had the if you remember, 144.08, then I put another position at 13 and another position at 14. And now if I bring this back across, so exited, like I said, I put all the limit orders in 68, 68 and 69, as you can see I got filled out, which resulted in a £909 position or a $1,300 position. So a good little run there today. Sometimes you just have to put up with all the little mess and all the little nonsense that you get on intraday trades, and you get those nice little payouts which just more than make up for any of the little nonsense trades that go on. So hopefully that's been a good Friday video. Not too long, and it explains what I try to get across all of the time. That it's all about risk to reward. The risk reward on that trade wasn't that huge because the original risk was 30 something pips and the reward was 40 something pips. It wasn't huge, but it's more a case of having patience today and allowing your trades to work out, rather than saying, oh, what happens if the news does this or the news does that. If it was non-farm payrolls, I'd have probably had a different view on this, or if it was FOMC, I would have a different view because they're so volatile. All it was retail sales. Retail sales are going to have an effect on the market, but they're not going to affect me as with regards to slippage. So all in all, yes, it had this move down, but the overall position, like I went through earlier on today, if I go out to the 4-hour chart again, excuse me for being a little bit different, shall we say, today, because I've had one or two beers. All you had to do sometimes is to go with the bigger picture and stick to your guns. Hopefully that's been a good exercise, and I'll be back on Monday.